Hello traders and welcome back to Newtonfx YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification button. So we're gonna do another daily market insight and forecast on these two particular pairs. My goal and my vision is to produce and give you guys insight and forecast on US30 and NAS100 on a daily basis. Let's see how far I can take this challenge, because why, it's going to be a challenge for me as well, guys, to do this on a daily basis. So let's get right into it, guys. So if you didn't watch our previous video on this forecast, you guys can just check it out in our previous video. So what we noticed from yesterday market condition, right? Let's start from our weekly time, from our daily time frame. Right, we can still see that our market behavior on NAS100 is in a bullish market momentum to the upside. Right, we can see that here. We can see we have this break out of this trend line. Right, we have a break out of this trend line. That's a indication that price can still continue all to the downside. And what we can also notice here is that we did break under this we did break under this daily lower low structure points right here. So you guys can see we do have equal lows right here. There we have this move here, breakout of structure. That's a good sign for us that price can still continue to the downside and will most likely come and test this region here or come back to 14,600. Right, that is going to be an area of interest, 14,600, where price can easily come tap into, guys. So if we scale into our 4-hour time frame right now, guys, is that now we know that we, in an overall market structure and condition, we know that we are bullish, right? And now if we scale down to our smaller time frames, we will notice that we are basically trading bearish, gang. So what you guys could see is that we did create this lower high point. We did violate this previous low structure point with this impulsive move here all the way to the downside. Yeah, we can see we have what they call the impulse and impulse move. Right, that's a good indication that the sellers is still in control of the market. Right, so in a situation like this where price showing me this impulse against impulse, right, what I will do is I will scale down to my 1 hour time frame. Right, what I will look for my 1 hour time frame is to see how price will continue on from this reason then. Right, as you guys could see how price is basically coming to the upside. Price come to the upside in a really corrective formation to the upside. Right, that's an indication that we can still see some selling pressure from around this region for continuation to the downside and most likely run into this 14,600 region here. It can happen easily, guys, but first we must get confirmation before we can basically do that. If we scale out on our 4 hour time frame, we can see that we don't have any rejections yet. Right, we don't have any rejections yet. We price did come take some of this liquidity right there, so we can still see some upwards move here on 4 hour time frame. If this candle close like this on my 4 hour time frame, either a hanging man for bearish pressure to the downside, I will most likely will look into for a trading opportunity. But if we scale on to 1 hour time frame again, gang, is that we can see that what price basically trying to do is now price starting to range. Right, we have this range bound right here. Right, because why, we can see price is not creating higher highs or higher lows. Right, 30 minutes time frame, we can see that we did violate this structure point right here. Right, we did break under structure there. Price did giving us this move here and it did trap some sellers. Right, for that early sellers, right, if you're not patient, they will take your money. And this is what was happening with the early sellers. They was in a rush to take a selling opportunity while the opportunity was not ready yet. Right, this was a beautiful structure to take a trading opportunity from this low. But guys, you must be smarter by now, and you must know how this bigger players and the smart money are playing this game, right? You cannot just sell because why you see you have momentum candle and it's also a break of structure under this area of higher low point. No, right? The best is to wait to see how price will retrace back, right? So what I will do right now is that I know this is my high point right there, right? I will run my Fibonacci from this high point to this low point, just right there, right? And I will look for some form of rejections, right? I can see I have my 50% there and my 618. So now if I look to the left side, gang, is that if I just move this box up here, I can see my 618 is basically in an area of imbalance, right? We have some imbalance right there in this region. So we can expect price to easily come into this region and then take this move to the downside, right? We can easily expect this move here on NAS100 to take this move all the way to the downside, but only once we see some form of confirmation before you execute any trading position, guys. As I noticed and as I mentioned always in my free Telegram group, is to wait for proper confirmation before you execute on any trading position, guys. So this is my forecast on uh NAS100. And my second point of view is, guys, is that if price can break above this lower high point, right? The reason why this is my lower high point, this was the move. And this is where the move did start from, that was breaking this lower low, right? So I must wait now for price to break above this reason for me to show that we're gonna continue this move all the way to the upside, right? And correct this whole move, guys. But for now, I don't see any of that yet. So for now, I'm still bearish. You must always trade NAS100 with the uh potential trade and the trade where what the market is in, right? I know a lot of guys buy into the market. This is not a right time to buy into the market yet. You can buy at your lows, that's okay, but you must always have this in your mind that we are in a bearish market condition and the price can easily reverse, right? So guys, you must be so patient with this trading setup these days, guys. You cannot just execute, right? The traders who's actually making the money is the patient traders, right? Like me, I will wait for this trading setup for doesn't matter how long. And if my setup doesn't play out as how I'm expecting it to play out, I will not execute on any trading position. So let's jump into US30. Let me just have this 4 hour perspective. Right, the same on US30, gang. We know we are trading above this region and in between this higher high, right? This move, excuse me, gang. So uh, we know we are trading in between this higher low and this higher high structure point. This move for us is only one form of a retracement for us, right? There's only one form of retracement. For those who didn't watch that previous video, go check it out. We did violate this previous higher high structures, right? So now if we scale down to our smaller time frames, gang, to our 1 hour time frame, we can still see the same structures, right? We can still see that we are bearish. Price did create this equal highs here as well. So you guys can see equal highs. We did break under this previous lows, right? So this is our new form of a lower low. So now we can still see that we are bearish, right? Price can easily come back into this area of our higher high, and price can easily create easily create equal lows from this area, right? And then continue all the way to the upside again, right? Because right, everybody is selling into the market. I did saw some friends of mine that was basically buying into the market, and I tell them, okay, that is your opinion about what you can see, but from my perspective, I will not do it, right? Because why? I'm just trading with the market momentum and behavior, right? So now we know we did break under this previous lower low structure point, and we do have this move here to the downside. We can run a Fibonacci from this lower high point to this lower low structure point into the market. We can see some form of rejections here, right? We can see that rejection right there, right? And that's a good indication here, our 38% retracement. Let's scale down to our smaller time frames. Like what I will do is I will mark this week range, this week's right there, and I will mark this week's right here, right? So now I will scale down to my smaller time frames. Okay, 30 minutes. What I can see, we did break out of this higher low, and we did create this low, right? Because right, this is a higher low. Reason because right, this was our higher high, and we did create this new higher high, right? So we can see some form of a break of structure in this reason right there, right? There we have some form of a exhaustion candle, and there we have a momentum candle, right? So we can see it. Our selling pressure is still in control right here. Let's get to our 15-minute time frame, right? The same setup, right? We did break out of it. We see some exhaustion candle, and there's a momentum candle, right? But as you guys can see, price basically starting to create this weak range right here, right? This is our weak range where price is basically trading in right now. So what we can see in overall right now is that price is ranging. So the best trading opportunity for you will be if price can close at least under here with a 50-minute candle, right? To take this move all the way to the downside or either to this trend line, but this would be your target, this area where we have our lower higher low structure point here into the market, gang. So the best is to wait. It's not a great opportunity uh to sell right now from, just delete this, to sell right now from that reason, right? I know a lot of guys just want to get early into the market, but it's always not, it's sometimes not good to take an early trading position. Reason for that is price can easily just spike up again, all right, and come into this highs right here. So that is why I told you you must wait for price to show you that momentum, that price want to continue to the downside. We have the odds in our favor. We know that a 4-hour time frame is bearish. We can see that we have this uh, lower low got violated with this new form of a lower low. There's our lower high point into the market. We can see this is some form of a ascending corrective formation. We did break under this previous structure, higher low. We have this impulsive move here to the downside. There we can see we have this exhaustion. We have this bearish engulfing candle. So now the best is to wait for price to show you what it wants to do. If we get a strong bearish candle under this region, we can easily come and test this lows. And if we violate this lows, we'll most likely come and test this region right here. This region around right here is 34,800. That is will be a target reason that I will look out for as well, but only if price play out in that particular way that I was just explaining. If price doesn't do that, I will not take a trading position, gang. So this is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys understand everything that I was just explaining. Tomorrow I will drop another one, just to update on the previous one. So it's got to be an update of this video. So thanks guys for watching, and keep on learning and follow the process.